Hi there and welcome back to another Brass Hat Diver video and to another episode of Helmets of Hollywood. Today we're taking a look at the 1936 film Down to the Sea, directed by Louis D. Collins. And it stars Russell Hardie, Ben Lyon, Anne Rutherford, and Irving Pichel. This movie shows the conflict between sponge hookers and sponge divers over territory and sponging methods. So let's dive into these underwater scenes.
I might just as well have bought it home in Emporia.
It's deep water sponge, ma'am. The finest grade of sheep's wool there is. That's only the skeleton that's left of it now. But it took her 3 years to grow to that size.
Oh, what's the matter with this one? He seems to be undersized.
Perhaps he didn't have the right nourishment, my dear.
A young sponge, peaked before it had a chance to grow.
Oh, seems rather cruel, doesn't it, killing off the young ones? Horace, you must write to your congressman. There really ought to be a law.
There is, ma'am. That's the smallest size the government will allow them to take. A fine day for the fleet to come home, Captain Pappas. I hope the St. Nicholas has a good voyage.
Why, you'll see. My boat will have the fullest cargo and the best sponges in the fleet. She'll never fail me.
He was a fine diver before he got the bends.
The bends?
When they stay too long below 20 fathoms and then come up too fast. That sudden change in the air pressure. They never know, those divers.
Bring Steve up.
Here, Steve. Try this. You were down there for hours.
I know, and I'm all right.
Come on, this will tell you. Taste all right?
Never better.
Good.
Say, I could have stayed down there as long as there are any sponges left.
And we wouldn't have room for them. The hatch is full now.
Well, that suits me. Tarpon Springs is certainly going to look good to me after this trip.
And Helen, she's going to look pretty good to you, too, huh, Steve?
You said it.
that chest, you'll hit the ceiling.
The best diver in Tarpon Springs needs this chest.
Yeah. The competition was pretty stiff down there at the bottom of the bayou.
Hey, are you kidding? I told you I'd bring home the blessing.
I hope you'll never have need of it. Like some of those poor devils who weren't so lucky.
Why should I? When I got this. Say, I can take it in 20 fathoms and deeper.
And we'll see you after you've made the collection for those crippled divers who couldn't?
I'll get them the biggest cross-day collection they've ever seen.
Wait. For luck.
If you could only cook.
Hector! What happened to Steve? Did something happen to Steve? Nobody's seen him. Do you know where he is? There was two of them over to Alex's place. You're drunk. Did you ever see a mermaid from Tampa? Tampa?
No. But if that's what's keeping Steve...
Hey, wait for me.
Feeling better, Alex? Sure, there's nothing makes a man feel better than digging up $50 for a good cause.
$55.
What?
Didn't he tell you? The best collection they've ever had.
Sure. You don't think I'd leave a friend holding the bag?
But you told Steve you ain't got no money.
You don't think the captain of the Nicholas would want Mr. Pappas to blame him for bringing disgrace to his boat? Just because he let the collection run short.
But where'd the rest of the money come from?
Huh? Oh, well, you see, I couldn't let Alex set such a generous example without...
I was right. It was your money. Now how are we going to get to New York?
We? Are there enough Greek restaurants without you starting one?
I'm the best cook in Tarpon Springs, and some of these days
All
you-
right, Hector.
You-
I quit.
Thought you were going to quit. That's what I thought. Something else hadn't happened.
Well, good night, Steve. Tell John I want him to take his watch.
They're going to run us down! Look out!
Nice work, Alex. That's what I'd expect from you.
Yeah? Well, now you can go to work. Go on, get into that suit.
We've no right poaching in shallow bottom.
Yellow sponge isn't worth much to us, but it's better than nothing.
These hookers have taken enough from you without our sponge beds.
We're going back to Tarpon Springs with a full cargo if we have to strip every hooker bed on the coast.
And you can do it yourself.
Let's move over there, Louis.
There's something fishy about this. I got him.
Bring him up.
No hooker can lick a diver.
Do you want to drown him?
Well, Johnny Caminas has cheated himself out of his share at the auction. All right, bring Steve up. Bring him up. We've got to get Steve out of here in a hurry.
You're bringing him up too fast. Stop it!
There it comes.
Take it easy, George.
All right, get him below.
We've got to work fast.
You get him to the hospital at Tarpon Springs as quick as this boat can get there.
He'll come out of it.
If he doesn't, you'll have a lot to answer for.
It's no use. Something's holding her down there.
Never mind. We'll take him over in the motorboat. Annie, be ready to shove off.
Hookers! If you can hold them up while I go down and get the anchor off.
No. I'll need every man of you here on deck. He's all right. Put him in that suit.
Haven't you done enough to him?
You want some of it? Put him in that suit. We'll take it.
time I wish I was home with my wife.
Hasn't there been enough bad feeling without making it worse by arresting these men? That won't bring Demetrius back. He had to die to find peace. But he wouldn't mind that, Louis, if it meant uniting the rest of you. And that's what it's got to mean.
Now we see a few different helmets used in the background of the film, but the main helmet used is a Schrader sponge hat. Now the only real thing to set this helmet apart from the standard Schrader commercial helmets is this large front port. So how can we tell this is a Schrader? Well, starting out the bonnet, we can see this top light is oval, not the typical round light that's almost standard on all sponge helmets. Now we also have our standard Schrader style lashing eyes on each side. We have our exhaust and our weight hangers all standard on these Schrader helmets. And our breastplate features all the same Schrader characteristics with the rail shape and breastplate form. Now, dating Schrader helmets can be tough, especially without having the helmet in front of you or clear pictures of the helmet. So let's go over what we know. Schrader started producing their sponge hats right around 1910. Now, there's no sign of a name tag on the helmet, so it either never had one or it was removed. Now, before they used the name tags, the Schrader name was stamped on the neck ring, which lasted until about 1905 when they introduced their first name tag. Now, there are no studs on their breastplate that hang the chest weights, which is unique. They most likely ordered them from Schrader without them. Now, it's hard to tell whether they use a non-recessed neck ring or not, but we can see there is no lock on the back of the helmet, which Schrader didn't put into production until 1905. Now, since most Schrader sponge hats were ordered without guards, we can't really date the style used. But the only other thing of interest we see on the bonnet is a reinforcement on the air gooseneck on the back, which was commonly added to old sponge hats. Well, that's it for this episode of Helmets of Hollywood. We'll see you next time right here for another Brass Hat Diver video and some more dive history.